Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Bob DiGiacomo, Bermuda Bob Leadership and Intentional Growth Coaching. It is a beautiful, beautiful day today. And as always, I am coming to you from beautiful and sunny Bermuda. It's a little blustery out there. We still have Tropical Storm Leslie out there somewhere in the Atlantic messing around. And come to see that there's a new hurricane making its way through the Gulf and looking like it's going to bump into some friends I have in the Florida area. So anyway, today's topic though is, are you still playing the game the same way? Are you still playing the game the same way? I was recently reading an article that clearly asked that above question. So are you still playing the game the same way? It's time to stop playing the game the same way that you always have and to change it. I mean, face it. Doing the way that you always have just doesn't cut it anymore. Things are different from the way they were 20 years ago, from the way they were 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Heck, things are different from the way they were last week, maybe even different than yesterday. And as we all know, according to John, Y-E-L-N, yesterday ended last night. You need to disrupt the game. You need to innovate. You need to be creative. There is no more status quo. Now, here is an important question to address. What would it take for me? You substitute the word you in there. So what would it take for you? What would it take for me to be a game changer in my field? Now, I originally asked myself a couple of times today as I was doing some mental thought, and I reminded myself, if I was arrested today, would there be enough evidence to convict me of being part of the John Maxwell team? Of having that JMT DNA flowing through me? Would there be enough evidence to, in fact, convict me? So I'm asking you to ask yourself the question, what would it take for you to be a game changer in your field, whatever field that is? Now, there are 5 key areas that you need to focus on so that you can hope to be a game changer. First, be solution driven. You need to show those you deal with that you care, and you need to offer that which others care about. Add value, find a need, and fix it. Secondly, how are you processing things? Times change, methods change. We're in a high-tech world, but never leave out high touch. Thirdly, how are you communicating with people? You know what? I'm going to change the word communicate to connect. So communicating and connecting with people. Not only do things change, but we must change the way we communicate. We must change the way we connect. More importantly, we have to remember that people only hear 7% of the spoken word. What modern methods are you using to connect? And by that, how are you building your platform? Fourth, is your message getting across? Yes, your message is different from communication, but is intertwined for sure. Fifth, what technology are you using? What technology can you use? Are you grabbing new technology or waiting too long to get into technology? I dare say that a bunch of years ago didn't have one of these. Now everything happens on one of these. And if not one of these, then on the tablet that I carry around or on the laptop that I take with me from time to time. In fact, I take my laptop with me a lot less than I used to because the tablet has become so powerful and this has become so powerful. I mean, if you were to realize that one of these and what it can do is more powerful than the computer system that was used to send the Apollo rocket to the moon and the people who in fact walked on the moon. That computer was nothing compared to what one of these can do. So, in conclusion, it's best to change your game before it changes you. It's best to self-disrupt if you want to stay in the game. So again, my question, are you still playing the game the same way? Hopefully today's message will help you to see things in a better light, in a different light. And who knows what your outcome will be. All the best. Until next time, Bob DiGiacomo, Bermuda Bob Leadership and Intentional Growth Coaching. Coming to you from somewhere on this planet.